Local and live. Covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome to Let's Talk TriState. I'm Katie, and I'm here with two very important people in our community. We have Corey Fegan, who is the Lieutenant, Chambersburg Police Department, and also Raffaele, but it's
Raph.
okay to call you Raph.
Absolutely.
And Kissoon, Detective.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much, first of all, for being here with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I always feel like I have to be on my best behavior whenever there's law enforcement around. But we're here really to focus today on recruiting. So I'm just going to have you start by answering this question for me. For anyone who is listening and they're thinking about law enforcement, but they're not sure if it's a right fit for them, what kind of people are you looking for?
So we do have some requirements. So the main thing is you have to be, when you apply with us, 20. Because if you do apply and you do want to go to the academy, you have to graduate and be 21 when you graduate.
Okay.
Because of the fact that you're carrying a firearm. It's PA law. Just a high school diploma is required. It's not mandatory for college education. And we actually will train. If you get offered a position, we will send you to the academy for training.
How long is the process, the training process?
6 months.
Okay.
Yep, 6 months at the academy. And then with us, when you come to us, it goes up to another 6 for a whole year of training.
Correct. So just wanted to add that when you're in the academy, you do get the full salary of any other officer, so fully paid training to get the certification. As he said, approximately a 6-month academy, and then approximately another 4 months of field training once you're out of the academy.
And then from there, what is the next step?
So then you're a full-fledged officer at that point. You're operating on your own, and then you would progress through your career with possible specialties or also possible promotion as you go through your career.
Is there any requirements on where you live?
Yes, we have a 45-mile
Okay.
requirement for residency. So as long as you live within a 40-mile perimeter of Chambersburg of the station, that's it. Yeah, which is very lenient because I've been at a department where it was 15, and that's kind of very restrictive. We're not restrictive.
I'm thinking 45 miles can get you pretty close to Harrisburg.
Almost.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
and so
almost.
that does seem like it is pretty lenient. Outside of a badge and the uniform, which obviously are very cool things, what are some other benefits in a career in law enforcement?
My major thing is it's different every day. We're not dealing with the same thing. So if you like a monotonous going into, I have an accounting degree, and if you like spreadsheets and looking at numbers and typing the same thing over and over again, this is not for you. It's
Right.
different every day. If you're on
Sure.
patrol, you're dealing with anything from a dog running loose to pulling people over speeding through town. So it's very nice and it's very varying throughout the day. So that's the big thing that drew me to it.
How long have you been with the?
I've been with the department now 6 years, but law enforcement total, I think it's been 9.
Okay, very nice. And what about you, Corey?
20 years. It was 20 years in January.
Wow. So you must really love what you do.
I do.
Tell me, from a personal standpoint, what do you love about your job?
Just very rewarding. Like he said, it's different every day, and you have the opportunity to help people every day. And it is, as far as the recruiting end, it is a very stable job. Once you're in, there's no possibility of layoffs like you hear about with other
Yes,
places.
Sure.
We do offer a pension, so you vest in that pension at 12 years, and then what's considered full retirement is 25 years at the age of 50. And then you
Wow.
can draw, which is becoming rarer and rarer, as you know and people know.
Absolutely. That's why, just a side note, I was an educator for almost 9 years. And when I left to come back to the radio station, I was heartbroken about that. I said, well, there goes me retiring at 50. I'm going to be doing this till I'm like 65. Luckily, I really like my job. But I know you've touched upon this a little bit, but what support do you offer to new officers, especially in their first year?
So we actually bring people in just a little bit early before the academy and kind of get them embedded in our culture, so they get a leg up on not only the expectations, but also kind of see how we operate, just kind of bring them into the family. That way they're prepared to go to the academy, and that continues after they get out.
And once the hiring process starts and you're offered a position, you're kind of like an investment. So if we're going to buy you all new uniforms and equipment and we're sending you to the academy, we're paying for all of that, we don't want you to fail.
Sure.
So we have field training officers who will be with them and kind of shadow them for those 4 months and make sure that they're not making any type of egregious mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. We want to make sure that you're a very well-rounded officer when you're ready to go out on your own, and we don't set you up to fail. Yeah.
And do you offer, I was talking to your chief earlier today, and she was explaining to me that there is tutoring that is
Correct.
offered.
Yep.
Can you touch upon that a little bit?
Yep. So the two main parts of our application process is a written test and a physical fitness test. We started doing a written test tutoring session. It's actually put on at the King Street Church. They actually provide people with former tests that were used in the past to get any type of applicant prepared for what they're going to see at the actual written test. We saw a very big improvement in people's testings. Whether they passed before, we were seeing people maybe in the 70s and 80s getting consistently 90s.
And that's a free service that's offered?
Correct.
You just
Yep.
have to take advantage of it.
So the recruiters, when you apply, a recruiter will actually send you the times and dates for when there's written test tutoring. And because we saw that kind of improvement in the written test, we also are offering physical fitness tutoring to show people how to do a push-up, how to do a sit-up, and also the requirements, because there's age and sex requirements. So there's female standards and male standards,
Sure.
and then age group standards, so that you don't go into a PT test not knowing what you're going to have to hit to pass.
Takes me back to gym class
Correct.
a little
Yep.
bit, running the mile.
Yep. And actually, that's what it is. It's very simple. The PT test to get into the academy is sit-ups, 300-meter sprint, which is almost a whole lap around the track, push-ups, and then a 1.5 mile run.
Do you ever have people that come out that are interested in a career in law enforcement but aren't able to do the sit-ups and the push-ups, and then they go back and work on it and then come back and try again next year? Is that something that does happen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's been many times that's happened, and I think this last go-around, one gentleman had applied with us twice. He failed 1 or 2 of the events the first time, applied again, he failed 1 event, and then he came back and he passed this 3rd time.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Is there somewhere someone can look to see what they have to do physically to be able to move
Correct.
forward in the recruitment
Yep,
process?
Yep. The what's called MOPEC, it's the Municipal Police Officer Education Training Center. It's a mouthful. Their website, if you just type in MOPEC, that's the acronym, and PT standards, it'll send you to a link to show you. And again, if they apply, part of our email that we send out to all recruits is the actual form showing them what their requirements are. So
Are the females allowed to do knee push-ups?
no,
Oh, I
unfortunately,
can't
no.
apply.
Yeah,
But it's all buffered for age and gender, like
correct.
Detective said.
And what about the written portion? Is that just basic knowledge or...
Yep.
Basic math and English, and that's why you don't really use it. So that's why it's nice to have that
Yeah.
that tutoring to kind of brush up, because we'll show you exactly what you need to work on.
Yeah.
Sentence
Yeah.
structure, pronouns.
I mean, if you're not using
Right.
that, you're losing that. And so I would hope that people would want to take advantage of it if that's,
Yep, and
a
it's
free
free.
service.
Like we said, we've seen a lot of people and candidates come in and take those tests after they've been tutored, and they are amazed with how much of the improvement has been.
And it comes back too. Once you
does.
learn it, you just think, oh yeah, I remember conjunction, junction, what's your function?
yeah.
All the little fun things that your teachers taught you. And I know probably, do you see a lot of people who are getting out of high school that are thinking, oh, it's probably so cool to be a cop? And it is. I'm sure that it is. But I was wondering if you would share a story, an uplifting story, or a really cool situation that happened that really sticks with you as you move forward in your career.
I think there's so many. It's just you have that ability to help people every day, and then sometimes you'll see people later in life, and it's like, well, thank you for taking the time to work with me on maybe I wasn't in the right place then, but now I'm here. So I don't think I can just narrow it down to one.
There's not one that sticks out for you.
Yeah. I mean, anything from a child walking away, leaving the house, helping the family find them safely. Same thing with pets. We get called all the time. My dog ran away. Or if we find a dog, working with the public to put it out there, hey, this dog was found here, and having somebody come. So
and being there for that reunion,
yeah,
I'm sure.
It's just very simple stuff like that that's very rewarding, and it's kind of instant gratification. Like, we are here to help. We're not here to always seem like we're going to write someone a ticket or something. So
Right, yeah. I think sometimes there can be a negative connotation with law enforcement, and that's just absolutely not the case. I mean, you guys are heroes in the community and keeping everybody safe. Now, why Chambersburg? What would you say is a benefit to working in Chambersburg?
I think it's just so we bring you in and get you in that culture, and there's a lot of room for growth and opportunity. So just offhand here, things we offer: detective, drug task force. You can be an accident reconstructionist, crime scene investigator. All of our instructors, such as firearms, defensive tactics, are in-house. You can be a recruiter, an FTO, peer support wellness officer, bicycle and motorcycle officer. We have people on the U.S. Marshals Task Force, and also we have canine officers.
So once you graduate from the academy, you get to choose where you want to go, or how does that work?
It's when there's an opening, and then you can be selected for that opening. But as you can see from that list, there's so many specialties that most officers have multiple different specialties.
Yeah, and I'm sure people come in thinking, I want to do the canine, and then as they move through, they think, you know what, I think I'm better suited over here.
Right.
And then you can apply and go to different departments as you move through your career,
Correct.
I'm assuming.
Yep.
Can you explain the vehicle reconstruction? Is that what you said?
Correct. So when there's a more serious accident, there's forensic experts that go out and different mapping techniques, and they can tell exactly what caused the collision, how fast cars were going.
Interesting.
I'm actually on that team.
Are you really?
Correct. Yep.
That is interesting.
Yep.
You probably have to use such a different part of your brain to.
It's a lot of equations.
Yes.
But it is, if there's no cameras in the area and somebody's saying I hit the brakes, we can tell when you did, what speed you were going when the brakes started, how hard you hit the car. Like, all of that is trained, and that's a 2-week training for the initial class. Another detective is at another training. It's another 2-week class. So it's actually pretty time intensive, and we send you out for it through PSP. The state police host the training for it.
It's fascinating. I mean, I don't think I could ever be in law enforcement, just because if I ever pulled someone over for speeding, I would say, "Oh, are you mad at me? Just don't do it again." But I would love to. Can you just take these classes, even if you're not a police officer, to learn about stuff like that?
Unfortunately, it's very competitive for the state. So me and the other detective applied for the same class that's going on now, and it filled up that fast that now I'm going to the same training in August.
That's fascinating.
So,
and the canines, I'm sure, are always fun to work with.
Yes.
I don't know if this was in Chambersburg. It was, actually, I think it was in Chambersburg. There was a local event happening, like a fun family event, and they brought the canine, and they needed somebody to get into the bite suit, and I got into the bite suit. And I think you trained the dogs in German or a different language. I can't remember which one. And I remember I'm standing, the dog's behind me with my arm out like this, and whoever the gentleman was said the command. The dog came, grabbed me by the bite suit, took me down, and I was just going around and around and around until he said whatever the command was, and the dog stopped. And I was terrified. But it was a really, really cool demonstration, and I'll never forget that my entire life. And I believe that was in Chambersburg.
Yes.
It was at they were doing reenactments of, if you're in a car accident, how they use the jaws of life to open up the vehicle, which is really interesting, I think, for the public to see those different kinds of things. And so Thanks for listening to that story.
that's
I'll
good.
never forget it for as long as I live. I was terrified. Is there anything else about recruitment or being a police officer, detective, lieutenant that I haven't asked you that you want to make sure we cover?
Just wanted to hit on certainly looking for veterans. One of the benefits we do offer is you can buy back up to 4 years of your military time. So if you were in the service for 4 years active, you could apply that 4 years and be closer to your full pension.
Okay. Yeah, that is a really incredible benefit. Very, very
Mm-hmm.
good. Now, someone's listening and they're thinking, I'm curious, I want more information. This sounds like it might be for me. How would someone get started?
If somebody, really simple, you Google Chambersburg Police Department, the very first link at the top is called Crime Watch. You click on that, and then there's a banner, and it shows Apply Now. We just opened the application process. It has our starting pay, reach out to a recruiter. That'll actually give us an email. They could also just call in to our station, and one of our front clerks could forward it to one of the recruiters. There's always two of us working during the day. So, yeah. And I mean, wealth of knowledge. We also offer ride-alongs. We highly recommend
Fun.
people if they just want to. It's a little 4-hour experience with the department with patrol. If you want to choose nighttime, you can do a nighttime ride. If you want to do it during the daytime, just to get out there, see what we do, go on a couple calls.
That's a great thing that you offer. If someone's kind of teetering, like really get in there and see if it's for them or not. Very cool. And the requirements, one more time, 20 or 21 by the time you graduate.
Yep.
Correct.
And was that it?
GED.
Yeah, okay.
GED.
I thought there was something else I was missing.
Physical fitness component, and then a clean background to be eligible.
Perfect.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us
you.
on Let's Talk TriState. If there's ever anything you guys need, let us know, and good luck as you work through your recruitment.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
you.
We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
you're
Thanks for
welcome.
having us.
Of course.
Let's talk TriState.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk TriState, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.